Good morning. Welcome back to What's Up Wednesday. What is up today? Today we're flying to Iowa to visit Kristen's grandma, who got a Raya rug for Raya. So that'll be fun. I've never been to Iowa, but I don't know. I imagine we'll eat some good food or something. Yeah, that's what's up. Otherwise, let's see, in the music realm, there are some cool things happening. I, on accident, got into a song competition thing, so that was cool. I talked last week about submitting my music to some playlists and how I got some more success this time than before, and why I think that happened. I think, honestly, the bigger reason is because the song is cool. So, yeah, I guess because I got in like a high percentage of the playlists I submitted for, I got automatically entered into the playlist submissions site. This is Submit Hub. They have a competition called Hot or Not, where your songs, where other folks can listen to your song and say if they think it's hot or not. And so, yeah, that's cool. I found out I automatically entered into this competition because I got an email from Submit Hub saying somebody thinks your song is hot, and I was like, huh, all right, cool. So that's neat. Yeah, little win there to celebrate. And then one thing that I think is interesting, yesterday Kristen sent me a vlog. I don't know who the two dudes were in the vlog. I should be able to say that so I can cite my sources. But Kristen sent me a vlog yesterday that I watched talking about taking risks and motivation. And I resonated strongly with it. It absolutely aligns with kind of my philosophies of the world. So, the gist of the video was this guy saying most people evaluate risk poorly. Like, the people's willingness to take chances is dramatically less than it should be. In general, people are so scared of failure that they won't even try stuff. And it's this really disproportionate fear of failure. Like, if you actually sit down and write down what will happen if I do fail at this thing I'm considering trying, and you write it out, and it's like, okay, like, maybe I'll be a little embarrassed, maybe I'll lose $100, whatever. It's usually not so bad. It's not like you're gonna end up on the streets or dead or whatever. Like, worst case scenario you could possibly come up with, you might end up sleeping on a friend's couch, for like a week. So we're like really scared of trying things and the failure that could come from it. But when you actually sit down and think about it, the potential consequences of failure are usually fairly small versus the chance for reward from these things. Like, usually these risks that he's talking about people taking are the same risks that come with some potential reward, like applying for a new job or starting a new business or whatever, in that kind of vein. Like, there is a chance of failure, and it could have like some small consequences, but more importantly, it could have some really big rewards. And he says all this to say that most people evaluate this risk poorly and then never take the chance. And so the people who do take that chance, more often than not, are successful. And like, because the person who's willing to take that chance is willing to take that chance multiple times, and and one of those times is more likely to lead to success, versus the person who never takes any of those risks is never going to lead to success, you know. So just by taking slightly more risks than the average person, you're really setting yourself ahead by leagues. So I thought that was cool. One other thing he talks about there is when he's trying to, with his business endeavors, set himself up for success, he tries to make success the path of least resistance, which I think is impossible to guarantee, you know. But the way he tries to set that up is by giving himself multiple avenues for success. So if you have let's imagine the wrong case scenario. Or the wrong way to do it. If you're setting up a new endeavor, a new business, or in my case, releasing a new song, and I want it to blow up, and I give it like one avenue of success. Like I say, okay, I am going to release this song, and then I'm gonna text this guy I know who runs a radio station, and if he likes my song and he plays it, then I could blow up, you know. And so that's an option. But if I do that and I only do that, then my odds of success are still pretty low, right? The chance of failure is still the path of least resistance. Versus what he's advocating for here is taking multiple approaches. And so if I text the guy I know about the radio station, go and try to submit my songs on Submit Hub to be playlisted, if I create a music video and try to push that music video through a press release, and at the same time chop that video into a bunch of great TikToks, or make dedicated TikToks and blast those out and try to push those as well, and then also tell all my friends and family about it, and host a local concert and stand on street corners letting people know that I have a concert this Friday or whatever. If I do all of those things instead, then maybe any one of them has, whatever its fail or success chance is, but combined, success becomes a much more likely option. And that kind of goes into what I was talking about a couple weeks ago too, about when you market. The best way to market, as I've recently learned, is to go at it from an kind of integrated approach where you're marketing through multiple avenues at once. Because the other reasoning behind that is it takes something like 20 times of seeing your name for somebody to remember your name. And so to be successful with marketing, you need to get your product and your name in front of people those 20 times. If you just show somebody one ad and they keep scrolling and never see it again, then it is exceedingly rare that they're actually going to click on your ad and do anything about it. People generally need to see your ad a dozen times before they're like, all right, I've heard of this brand now. I've heard some good things. Let me check it out, So in order to hit those numbers, you can either blast a lot of money into Instagram ads, or you can try to take an integrated approach and say, okay, I'm going to hit them with an Instagram ad. They're going to see a TikTok ad 5 minutes later. They're going to see my music video pop up on YouTube 10 minutes after that. That evening, while they're eating their cereal, they're going to see my press release in the news. Whatever, set yourself up for success that avenue too, by blasting it out on a multimedia marketing campaign. And that's another way of explaining why that's necessary, but kind of goes into what this dude was talking about too, of the more ways you can set yourself up for potential success, the more likely you are to actually be successful. So I have not done this in a long time with my own marketing campaigns. To be honest, I've been kind of my approach to the last several years has been one of learning, where I've been trying to do one marketing scheme at a time for each song and see like what marketing schemes I like. And I've maybe learned a little bit of that, but the main thing I have learned is that you really just have to lean hard into all of them. And if you really want to make it, you gotta, when you have a release coming up, you need to have a full marketing campaign planned and like put in work for that advertising. Just taking an easy route is not going to cut it, I don't think. So those are my musings on that. I did just finish a new song. I've not figured out when I'm going to release it yet. That one I am gonna plan ahead a little more for, and I'd like to make a music video for it and push it a little more hard than I have with my other stuff. So speaking of all that, that's the plan for this next song. So I need to figure out what that is gonna look like. Maybe I can sit down and think that through while we're sitting in the airport today going to Iowa. Yeah, not totally sure what's gonna happen there, but new music is on its way. Yeah, I think that's all I got this week. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next week.